Hello everyone, I've got to walk through on how to beat Miner Evacuation on brutal difficulty while playing as Nova, and we're playing with a Phoenix teammate in this walkthrough. Okay, let's go ahead and get our production up, and away we go. So I'm going to be going with a mech strategy in this walkthrough, and we're going to gain the siege tanks, and then we're going to be using their little spider mines, kind of like what Reapers have. No, not Reapers, Vultures have for Rainer, and those mines are awesome. If any of you remember, they are so fantastic. I absolutely love them. Okay, first thing I'm doing right now is I'm throwing up 2 automated refineries right from the get-go because I want to get a ton of gas, get that early investment in gas, and then we can have lots of extra for later when we need to get upgrades. And we want those siege tanks because siege tanks get they cost like 600 gas each. 800 minerals and 600 gas, pretty darn expensive. So got those up, gonna get our SCVs back on our mineral line, and then now we're throwing down a barracks, and I'm gonna throw down an engineering bay as well. Honestly, I'm kind of thinking about this, and I think that engineering bay was a waste because let's see, the only thing I need, well, actually I take that back. I do want the engineering bay for missile turrets, and I'm not going to be using any missile turrets in my main base in this walkthrough, but at our expansion, missile turrets will definitely be beneficial. And there's going to be a couple, that's because there's a couple enemy waves that are going to push the expansion. Same with my teammates' mineral line as well. So those missile turrets are important. Getting the engineering base so early, maybe not so necessary. Could have saved those minerals, but whatever, I guess. Okay, then we threw down a factory right after the barracks went up, and then we've got a Caduceus reactor queued up that increases Nova's life regeneration rate. And then in just a little bit, I'll get Ghost Visor to grant Nova detection, allowing her to see. Oh, it looks like I queued it and I unqueued it. Allowing her to see and track cloaked and burrowed enemy units. Okay, still pumping out those SCVs. Get to that 21 SCV count pretty quick here on the mineral line. And then I've got enough minerals, so I threw down our expansion command center. That way, once we have this cleared out, where this evacuation ship is, then we can just lift off our command center and away we go. And then I'm going to throw down 2 armories right here. And then we'll start getting all of our vehicle and ship plating upgrades from there. I'm not going to get any infantry weapon level upgrades or armor upgrades. Just going to leave those be.
One of my pilots is getting antsy. I think he might
Okay,
try to
and
launch
then
it at
at
you.
this point, now the evacuation ship's getting pretty darn close to leaving. And we're going to need to push over there to help save them, make sure that they don't die. Okay, and now we have Nova out as well. Oh, and by the way, I've been throwing down some hotkeys. So I've got my command center on hotkey 1, and then our Ghost Academy hotkey 0, engineering bay hotkey 9, armories, I'll put both of them in hotkey 8 in a little bit here, barracks on hotkey 6. Doing some clearing work with my teammates Phoenix. Nova's doing work over here. And I'll throw down a sabotage drone right there, and then I'm going to change Nova into assault mode, which I just did there, and now we're using the Hellfire shotgun, and I'm going to be upgrading penetrating blast pretty quick here. Yep, there it is. Increase the range of Nova's penetrating blast by 2. And then I also got the tech lab, and I actually missed this. I already got 1 upgrade for the Hellbats. That was infernal pre-igniters, I think that's what it is, for the guns, and then jump assault upgrade right there. Just got that one, and that upgrade allows these Hellbat Rangers to jump towards their target and stun them for, I believe, 2 seconds, if I'm not mistaken there. Okay, and then we're just throwing down a defensive drone over here with Nova, and I also queued up vehicle and ship plating level 1 from our armories, and then we're getting infernal projectiles for Nova's penetrating blast that increases the range of penetrating blast by 2. And then we're going to be getting 1 more upgrade from the Ghost Academy. Operational efficiency refunds the 50% of Snipe's energy cost when Nova uses it to kill an enemy.
Activating defensive drone.
Okay, and then we're just focusing on the player camera right now.
Incoming enemy strike force.
Okay, there's an enemy wave coming in here. And yeah, just literally you only need 1 defensive drone here, and that will do the job. And it helps your teammates, that's really good. Okay, and that upgrade, Infernal Pre-igniters, that is what it was called. Okay, and then Jump Jet Assault, that's what the other one was called. Briefly stuns enemy units on impact, and the unit gains +4 armor. Dang, that's impressive. I didn't realize that, the +4 armor there. It's pretty darn nice. Okay, now we're just clearing out this expansion area. Make sure that we have some open slots so that we can expand. Okay, here comes that enemy wave. It's coming from my teammate's base. He's going to lose some probes here, unfortunately. That happens. That happens. Those darn phoenixes. Well, actually, no. Well, no, it looks like he might save them. Yep, I think he saved both of those probes. That was awesome. Okay, then I just use tactical airlift. I'm going to drop in here and help him take out these phoenixes. I'll switch Nova into stealth mode. That way she can target air units and use the snipe ability on these phoenixes.
That enemy attack is on its way.
Okay,
Intercept it
cleared it
before
out.
it reaches
Enemy
the
waves
ship.
coming for this evacuation ship. We're not going to worry about that just yet. Also, I'm throwing down a starport, and I got a tech lab on this barracks. That way I'm just going to lift up this barracks in a little bit here, lift up the starport, drop it on the barracks' tech lab. Okay, like I said, finish clearing out this area, bring the command center over there. We'll land him right there. And there's going to be some units right here that I'm going to fly over the top of. I should have brought my command center down like right here and then up, but that's okay. My teammate's coming with Phoenix, and that will distract these units that are shooting my command center. Command center is really not taking a whole lot of damage anyway, so it's okay. Okay, this area is all cleared out. Evacuation, or expansion is ready to be built in. Okay, we'll bring our units down over here to help out my teammate.
You might want to take it out if you can.
And in just a little bit here, I'm going to queue up level
Enemies
2
getting close
vehicle
to
and
a
ship
ship.
weapons. Yeah, there we go. And then I'm going to lift up this barracks and then lift up the star. Oh, actually, I already did that. Yep, I already lifted up the starport and put it on the tech lab. And then soon we'll get covert triage and enhanced manufacturing. I'll cover that in just a little bit here. I think I'll actually get spider mines and graduating range first. Well, I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see what I queue up. I can't exactly remember. Okay, just clearing out this stuff. I did get a Raven Type 2 early. They provide detection, which is nice, of course, but I mean, Nova has detection, so that's not really that big a deal. The real reason I got the Raven is because of this deploy biomechanical repair drone. Very, very good ability. Heals nearby biological and mechanical units, lasts for 30 seconds, and it's just on cooldown. Very good. Same with these railgun turrets and predator missiles. So I'm going to put my Ravens in a separate hotkey just so I can pop out these railguns whenever I want to. And I really don't use the predator missiles very often, but honestly, they're very good, and you should use them. It's just that sometimes I forget about the ability itself.
Upgrade complete.
Okay, level 2 upgrades are queued up. Throwing down 2 more automated refineries here. And then I just got graduating range from the tech lab. Oh, and I got the spider mine upgrade first. Yes, so now we got spider mines for our siege tanks. We'll throw those guys down. They're on cooldown for our siege tanks. And I think they have a cap of like 3 for each siege tank. I think, yeah, pretty sure. And then we're also getting this graduating range. Increases the heavy siege tank's attack range by 1 every 3 seconds while in siege mode, up to a maximum of 5 additional
Upgrade
range.
complete.
Then we're also getting Ares class targeting system. Increases the Strike Goliath's anti-air weapon range by 3 and its ground weapon by 1. Okay, let's go ahead on the camera here. And then also a lockdown missile stuns and disables the detection of mechanical units hit by the Strike Goliath's anti-air attacks for 3 seconds. So yeah, very good upgrades for our Goliath, siege tanks, and our Ranger. Are these? Yeah, Hellbat Rangers. There we go. And then I'm just going to throw down a defensive drone right here, and then we'll throw down another one right here because other units are coming on this side. That way we'll have protection on both areas. Try and make sure that our units do not die the best we can. And it looks like my teammate's going with an Adept Colossi strategy. Getting the Adepts first.
Our allies are being attacked. Upgrade complete.
Okay, I have enough SCVs here. Now, I need to put down more turrets here. And I definitely suggest this. Put down like maybe 4 or 5 missile turrets and 4 or 5 railgun turrets on both sides. You don't have to do it all at once, but when you have extra minerals, which you probably will later on, because you'll get to the 100 supply cap, no problem. Yeah, start spending those minerals on defenses, because there's these enemy waves like that's coming right now. Enemy attack wave. I'm focused over here at the moment, I'm focused on clearing out all this stuff. And then this enemy wave pushes in and kills my SCVs. And I lost about 5 SCVs there. Well, actually, I think I lost around 6 or 7 because I actually had some on working on these missile turrets on repairing them. So yeah, I lost more than I wanted to. Fortunately, I had extra SCVs coming out, and I had some here that were building missile turrets. So I was able to just resaturate that mineral line anyway without really losing too much. So that worked out rather well for us. And then right now what I should do is I should throw down a couple more turrets like I was just saying. Okay, in the meantime, we're going for Blightbringer now. I'm just going to get these 2 siege tanks sieged up separately, just in case Blightbringer goes on top of them and tries to kill them both at the same time. You don't want to lose your siege tanks by any means. I mean, you don't want to lose any of your units, but losing the siege tanks is probably the worst. Just because they are so dang expensive. So yeah, don't lose them. That's a must. Okay, and then I'm still pumping out extra SCVs. Raven Type 2s actually will do the job just fine for repairing. So, I mean, I guess it's up to you. Depending on how many Ravens you have out, that will kind of determine how many SCVs you want on this mech army. So I make a lot of SCVs, and I guess I kind of go back and forth on it. Sometimes I make a lot of Ravens, sometimes I make a lot of SCVs. Using all these SCVs, they're really great because they have the repair. And then the downside is it costs resources to repair your units. I believe it's just minerals. But, I mean, they do a pretty good job, and you can just have a bunch of these, SCVs just chilling around all of your units, and they'll get the repairs done. Whereas these guys can only throw out 1 biomechanical repair drone at a time. It does last for 30 seconds, and it is on cooldown. And if you get a couple Ravens, it actually does really good, too. But, I mean, yeah, once again, SCVs, they can repair a ton of different stuff, especially, I mean, they only repair 1 target at a time, but you can have a bunch of them. I think right now I have, I've got about 11 SCVs here. So yeah, there are 11 different units, mechanical units that can get repaired. So that's basically all the mechanical units I have out right now. Okay, and then I just queued up, oh geez, that was a misclick. I queued up vehicles, ship, weapons, level 3. I should have put the plating in the other armory. So it's going to take me a little bit before I get that level 3 upgrade. But I will get them both eventually. We've got all of our upgrades from the Ghost Academy at this point. Oh, and I did get our upgrades for the Ravens. So I'll just go over those upgrades real quick, since I forgot to cover that in a little bit ago. Enhanced Manufacturing. The Raven Type 2 can store up to 3 charges for each of its abilities. And then Covert Triage increases the healing of the biomechanical repair drone by 25% and allows it to cloak units that it currently is healing. So yes, repair drones are OP, so do get more Ravens. I only get 2 in this whole walkthrough. But that's okay though, because at the same time, I mean, these guys cost gas, and the siege tanks cost a lot of gas, and I wanted to make sure that I had lots of siege tanks. And then I'm at this point now where I have lots of extra units, and I still have these Marines that I got in the very beginning. They're still alive. I've got a lot of extra SCVs. So I just didn't really have very much room for Ravens at the time. And then here, once again, enemy wave comes into our expansion. And I wasn't paying attention because I was very focused down here. Which, I mean, it's very viable. I was definitely focused down here. I'm on the front line right now defending, our main objective to make sure we don't lose it. And my teammate came to protect our main base, or our expansion base. So that was good. Good teamwork there, It worked out well. On the downside, now I'm going to lose this refinery here, and I'm going to have to replace that. I'll be pumping out some more SCVs, and I think my teammate actually lets me know that I lost this refinery, so that'll be good to know. In just a little bit here, I'll replace this, and then I'm going to pump out 5 more SCVs, get them on the mineral line. Okay, still clearing out. What I'm doing right now is I just throw down repair drones like here and here. Or, not repair drones, defensive drones. I think I had them down just a little bit ago, but we just cleared this out. But anyways, yeah, threw a defensive drone right there and right there. And then got my siege tanks split up like right here and right here. 4 of them. Now I have 6 total. And then I put down spider mines in the front of the siege tanks if anything got too close. Okay, and then I just dropped right here. Unfortunately, there were some of those oracles, and there's my teammate letting me know. So I will replace that in just a moment, and then I'll pump out those SVs like I was just saying, and re-rally our command centers onto this mineral line. Okay, and then enemy waves come in right here. I'm going to siege all of my siege tanks up and put down spider mines. Now, Spider-Mans can't attack these warp prisms, but these warp prisms had a ton of units that they just dropped straight into the Spider-Man field, and they all died. Worked out very well.
I'm glad you're here to defend us.
Okay, and now we have one upgrade left. That's vehicle and ship plating level 3. And that's queued up for the finish. This should be saturated in just a moment here. We'll have 18 SCVs in just a second. There we go, 18 SCVs on the mineral line. And we are very much so good to go for
Here we go.
resources.
The ship's
Now,
safe,
once again,
Commanders.
I want to emphasize this a little bit more. My teammate's actually doing it for me now. He's throwing down a ton of photon cannons to protect my base and his base from the bottom. Would be good. Since he's already doing that, I should throw down some structures right here to help protect that. And then I put down my 6 siege tanks into siege mode. Got 2 right here. There's like 2 right in here. You can't really see them. And oh yeah, here's one of them. And then here's the other 2 on this side. Throw spider mines all in the front of each siege tank, and then a defensive drone right there, and a defensive drone right there. I would say your positioning on how you defend these Kelmorian miners is actually kind of important. I would definitely say so. So, I mean, make sure to keep that in mind. And then another thing I should be doing right now, which I'm not, is I should have a Nova out and about. I should be having her move around. I have all my units in hold, which actually isn't so bad. It's not such a bad thing to have your units on hold here, just to make sure they don't push out into the enemy units if you're elsewhere focusing on things. But at least try to have Nova out in the front, because she can take a lot of hits and she can do a lot of damage. And look at this. This siege tank has taken so many hits, but because of my defensive drone, it's staying alive. So now I'm dropping a nuke on their face. I just changed into assault mode, and then I just deployed our holo decoy. So now we are doing some work with Nova. Finally starting to clear out this stuff. Big Void Ray army coming in here. I'm intercepting this enemy wave real quick before it kills me. My teammate's got this covered. He's disabling these guys with the stasis field, those Void Rays. I drop an tactical air, nope, I take it back. A Griffin airstrike, kill this enemy wave that was coming in. And then now I'm moving forward with Nova. Was going to go help out against those Void Rays, no need. Already got it cleared out. Goliaths do a good job, and then I think my teammate didn't have any adepts, so our adepts, or our Goliaths were doing the work. Same with Phoenix. I think Phoenix actually has, yeah, yep, 50 damage with the warp space cannon, so a decent amount of damage there. And then this will be our last area. There's going to be an enemy wave that's going to come in from over here, and that's going to go for the ship that's going to be like right here on the mini-map, as you can see. But as long as we activate this very soon, we won't have to worry about the enemy wave even attacking that ship before we complete the co-op mission. And we have all of our upgrades at this point. I'm actually going to move these siege tanks back a little bit, because these units, there's going to be a bunch of units that pop out of all these green, like they kind of look like baneling sacks on almost. But yeah, there's going to be units popping out of there, so I'm just going to move these siege tanks back just a little bit. Get a nice little perimeter formed around this beacon here. I'm going to put all my units into this area, and I'll put them on hold, and I'll activate this beacon, and then I'm going to take out Nova and put her up in the front line to help to defend. And now we have a very good defense here at our expansion. Holy cow, our teammate really covered it with the photon cannons, and honestly, we could too right now. If I wanted to play a little bit better right now, I would probably just take my Marines and any excess SCVs I have, idle workers, I just throw them into enemy units and let them die, and then I would drop down some more Ravens, because we have enough resources at this point, and it would just be good to have more of those biomechanical repair drones. Like I said, SCVs are good, but I mean, you can have more of them, so there's that benefit. But yeah, they do cost resources. Resources don't matter right now, but the biomechanical repair drone is just it's meant for the purpose of healing, and it's on constant cooldown. So I would probably use biomechanical repair drone. And besides, the more Ravens you have, the more Predator missiles you have, and the more railgun turrets you have. So all around, just a better choice than having SCVs filling your supply. So that's my final decision on that. I go back and forth on it, but yeah, that's my final decision. I think having more Ravens than SCVs is much better. Okay, and then there's even an attack wave going for our base. We don't even need to worry about it. My teammates got so many photon cannons, it doesn't matter. And we only have 30 seconds left, so even if they destroy our base, it really doesn't matter at this point, because they are not going to be able to do enough damage before we win. I'm sending Nova over here to intercept this enemy wave, but once again, don't need to do that either. It's only 13 seconds left. on the clock, and we will win. And that is GG. We effectively cleared stuff out. I had Nova out here doing damage the whole time. My teammates got carriers and Colossi. Very good combo.
Our allies are being attacked.
That's the last
And
of us.
there it is. All right, that is all I have for you in this video, everyone. If you have any questions at all, make sure to post those in the comments section. Any requests, post those in the comments section. Leave a like if you enjoyed this walkthrough. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you all in the next one.